Roger would be a really good, would be a safe bet because even early to late, it still does really good damage. And I get the Eudora pick. Yeah, it is really worrisome that they have two very important backline mages here that need to get away, and that's so much mobility and so much dive coming in from LPE. But I think what U-Level was going after was that stun factor for the counter punish, for the electric arrow, and for the first skill combination with the passive that Eudora has. So it could, instead of it just always being, you know, just immediately one stun, if they were already hit by the first skill prior, that stun is gonna bounce.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the utility here for the Eudora. But yeah, it's still a really good point that you brought up here. That's so much mobility and backline dive, man.
Yeah,
That Eudora's
really
not gonna have a good time.
I do have flashbacks myself because I love playing immobile mages. So having to see a Benedetta, or literally not a Benedetta, basically an Alice on the other side of the team, I already know that Alice will try to just soak in as much as damage as possible in the backside. But again, solo queue experience is very different in pro play, and I feel like establishing that difference for our audience, especially telling them that a 5-man squad, especially in this high level of play, doesn't matter if your mages are immobile. If you're able to communicate and position yourselves well, we could actually see a very effective usage of these immobile mages, and we've already seen it in game 1. The Lu Yi was basically deathless until the last moment.
And now this could be the final game of U-Level, but this could also be a turning point and potentially a win to force a game number 3 for the side of Limit Breakers. Have they hit their limit, or do they still have fight in them? LPE, on the other hand, hungry for that MPL slot, definitely want to end it right here, right now.
Oh no, an immediate stun on BMO, and BMO forced to flicker out Jake the dog. I feel like they're already gonna pressure. Escanor might be in trouble.
Oh,
50
not enough.
HP. Will he go for the turnaround? Benedetta plays it safe instead. That slash, if that landed, that could have been a kill.
Close calls from the bottom to the top, and this could be another pick off here though.
Oh, snare lands on Kram. Kram still doesn't have a way to escape, but the damage from the Eudora, they did not expect that. 3 people invested in the bottom lane. Jake the dog forced to flicker out to safety.
And this is what the Eudora gives you. Yes, it can give you that potential counterpunch with the stun, but in the early game, that pick-off potential, paired up here with a Cho that has concussive blast, they'll be able to burn down enemies here sub-level 6. And maybe even once they get to level 7, it'll be DN doing most of the burning here. But definitely, U-Level here have a good composition for a potential pick-off strategy in the early game. They even have the Roger to carry them in the mid-game, as well as the Farsa and the Benedetta.
Yeah, and I love the usage of the umbrella there, making sure that the bushes are safe. And this is another thing that you could do with Kagura. Just fish out the information with your umbrella and try to make plays that's apt for the situation. Speaking of a situation, looks like Turtle will be started by the Limit Breakers.
Yeah, and I don't think LPE will be able to contest this. It's a good run here by U-Level so far. Turtle secured there by YNG. And yeah, no surprise there that went to the side of Limit Breakers because of the control they had at that part of the map. But it's not going to be that worrisome except for this.
Oh no, Arvs, the knockup is there, but a free clutch play.
Oh
no.
Okay.
That was almost a Kobe moment, but it was only an almost. But if that flame shot landed, oh, that could have been a play.
Yep, that was really, really close. You know, I don't want to wish ill upon the team, but I really wish that landed because that would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been a moment for all of us here in the studio right now. And if y'all could hear it, of course, for our audiences at home, staying safe at home, our studio prod is actually quite excited as well. When they saw that flame shot, everyone just went like, ooh!
Everyone clenched. You can feel the collective clench of everyone. Oh man. But of course, LPE here, they still can't seem to find a good momentum because of the pick-off that LB has been giving them.
Investing too much. Wave the
That's
dragon, the stun. That's a 4v1, and I don't think that was a good decision for BMO.
Yeah, and again, LPE here, man, they have to be careful because U-Level, with their backs against the wall, they would want to surprise, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Oh,
pick off the damage.
overturn. That's gonna be the
Oh,
Alice going
man.
in. Ram is going down. That's the first skill going towards the side of LPE. But looks like the
the
Eudora
stun.
will pick up the Kagura instead. And this is Imperial Justice with BMO trying to find some blood. But that's just one kill going to LPE. A 1-for-1 trade actually, with LP picking up one.
You're up against a Eudora and a Farsa. You have the stuns, you have the Cho, you have the damage. LPE here, despite them playing relatively carefully, it is still a really difficult lineup to go up against, especially a team that's using it, that knows that they're on the brink of elimination and going home and having to wait for the next season to qualify. Yeah, they're gonna throw everything right away, just like now.
This is 100% of the limit breakers, and the turtle, the second turtle of the game, will fall again to the hands of the limit breakers. And if there's a limit to break, this is it. This is their final game if they lose this one, so they're making sure to give it their all.
Yeah, and right now, U-Level can continue riding this momentum that they've made for themselves. It's not a really big lead, but with how the control of the map is going, with how the momentum of the game is going, it's definitely on U-Level's side.
Yeah, and I think the flame shot was another almost moment. He hit that regen button so fast. If he wasn't able to, at least a second late on that regen, that could have been a kill with a flame shot. But again, it was so close. Those flame shots coming in short.
Cram, man. Yeah, there's something up with his flame shots. We gotta check that. No, I'm kidding. I mean, there's no way to really do something, anything, but that's just... Oh, you could tell he's a sniper right now, and U-Level need all of that if they want to stay alive. LPE, though, we haven't seen that much action from them just yet, but they have the Yisun Shin on their side. They have the Paquito we haven't seen really shine just yet because he's too busy in the XP lane, just trying to find control over the top lane with Escanor and his Benedetta. It's going to be a question of who gives up a side lane turret first. This mid lane for LPE is going to go down soon, but the mid laners are crucial here for both teams. For the side laners are crucial here for both teams.
Looks like LPE is a little bit late towards the rotation, his bottom side, and just hands it over to the limit breakers. That was a quick push.
Just as I said it, Jake the Dog goes down. It was actually YNG on the Roger was able to find him quick. That gives them control and advantage for this turtle, especially if they can break this mid lane tower. So no towers around the turtle pit to pick off.
What a play! He just dances around, picks up the turret, and then wave the dragon back to his team. Limit breakers looking like another team in this game.
This is a completely different game from game number 1 in U-Level. Wow. I feel it, man. This is a game number 3. This is most likely going to be a game number 3, but this isn't over just yet. But look at the damage output that U-Level has for the next, what, 8, maybe even 10 minutes? With their Farsa, with their Eudora, we've barely seen Escanor here.
Oh no, look at the damage in the Yisun Shin. You were just tell us all about it, and we've seen it in action now. The Alice can't even heal up, wave the dragon to lock him up. Holy Crystal for Cram here. Oh no, things are about to get worse for LPE.
Yeah, and U-Level have broken the top turret here. No more first tiers here for LPE. They've just been completely surprised by U-Level right now. See Ryota and Escanor now fighting it out in the jungle, going after one another.
This is one of those. I mean, this is one of those fighter fights where it doesn't really end. So they just, you know what? Let's save ourselves the time and just farm minions instead. Benedetta going towards that bottom side immediately. But let's look at the objective timers for now. 60 seconds on the Lord on the top side. I feel like pushing mid lane and the top side for the side of LPE should be the key for now. Controlling the waves around that area warrants them control over the Lord pit.
Yeah. Even the sustain of the Alice will not be able to withstand the sheer damage output of Dian and Cram. And again, we're focusing on Dian and Cram. We don't even talk much about the damage output of YNG right now. Who, if he's there also, they're immediately gonna tear things up. Look at that.
Oh no, Paquito, Champ Stance is available. He goes in for the knock-up punch. Cram, another burst down. Cram goes down. Paquito goes down to the Eudora, and the fight continues here in the bottom lane with the Alice trying to suck it all up. A double kill for the Kagura. The turnaround's are real, and that's gonna be the Cho getting a triple kill actually on the Kagura. Dokmen will be trying to go out, but looks like the mana is out for Jake the dog, and he just has to go out. In the top side though, just a little bit of work, and the inhibitor turret is down.
LPE and Escanor. I think LPE have just made Escanor their most wanted right now. We have not seen Benedetta join skirmishes that much because he's just been putting in work in the lane. LPE, or I think that was them knowing that LPE had to committed 5 for a turnaround. So Escanor was just like, okay guys, I'm sorry I'm not going to join you, but I will take this 3rd tier tower in the top lane.
You hit me earlier with a SpongeBob meme, so I'm going to hit you with another SpongeBob meme.
All right.
Escanor was literally, I'm going to head out and push that top side up to the inhibitor turret, and wow. Now that the Lord area is eternally split pushing against LPE, I feel like Limit Breakers, they finally have things going for them.
Yeah, they had great control, but now it's even better because LPE has to worry about that top lane here. Although we have to respect what Ryota did there. The opening that he found, flickering in, getting that knockout punch, knock-up, or knock-back that the skill provides, really opened up that opportunity for the LPE team to get those kills. But again, they gave up the top tier tower.
Dogman, but the burst damage coming in from Feathered Airstrike plus the Eudora is just a little bit too much to handle for LPE right now, as Limit Breakers will secure this Lord uncontested.
They can have their time there. You know what, we can just watch them take the Lord, but now we're not going to do that, as LPE are going to have to focus on clearing the wave right now. They've tickled the towers a little bit, but they've barely scraped it.
Ready for next game.
Yeah, ready for next game, and this might exactly just be like what we saw in game number 1, wherein even if they can get the catch up in terms of the items, the fact that the map control is just solely on the side of U level here, the only reason why they would lose is one big potential miscalculation. But LPE, they are relatively close in the gold, but again, look at the lineups, how they scale. This does not look good for LPE to go for the turnaround and secure the turnaround. It's not impossible, but it's like a 90 to 10 possibility.
Yeah, I feel like if Arbs is able to find a good Kagura, then maybe, good yin-yang overturn,
yeah,
that could be the turnaround that they need. But so far, the damage, the flame shot, not landing once again. Please make it land. It looks like the flame shot coming in from Arbs will land, but deal no damage underneath the turret though. No stun so far, but look at the damage coming in from the Yisun Shin. Eudora immediately falls down, and the Benedetta gets the Alice instead, but Escanor is still well and alive as he dashes away to safety. Looks like the mid lane turret will be the next objective to take.
Not a miscalculation by U level, but with just a better defense coming out here from LPE. The damage of Feathered Airstrike is going to be there. They take down Escanor's Benedetta, but it is going to be a 2-4-2. You know what? Make it a 4-4-2 or 3-4-2 because U level was able to break the tower in the bottom lane. So you get kills, get objectives, even more map control, and now it's LPE having to worry about the 2 side lanes now to push that out and manage the waves there. Again, this might be just one of those cases of delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, and 2 lanes already pushing against LPE, with mid lane being the final inhibitor turret for LPE. They need to make sure that if they do take a fight, it's a fight that they're gonna win, because that one last team fight, again, last team fight, could just spell game 3 for them. And this is so sad for the Eagles right now. They could have finished in its sweep, but looks like the tables have turned, the turntables have tabled, and that's gonna be the flame shot of the century there. It lands in the Farsa, and Cram goes down.
And that is Imperial Justice used by the Sylvana. U level are taking their time trying to find an opening. Dogman might have ideas of dashing through the wall, but U level don't have their Roger nearby. They're just managing and pushing out the waves right now. But Cram, I think that was just a last-ditch effort to be useful because he knew he was going down there eventually.
Escanor, Electro final blow, but it's dealing a little bit of damage, and he dashes away to safety. Just a little bit of a tease for 4 people there.
Yeah, he knew he could get out. I mean, the Benedetta has an unlimited amount of dashes. Good use right now of the Mountain Shocker to spot out where BMO and the rest of U level are here. But LPE, I say it's a 90 to 10, but again, that 10 isn't impossible. It's still possible for them to somehow turn this around. U-Level have been getting somewhat sloppy. The positioning of Cram, their timings with entry. LPE have been defending this relatively well, but U-Level are still in the lead here.
Yeah, and we're seeing Escanor just literally burning his Electo final blow to immediately just melt minion waves. And I feel like that's a smart approach if you want to just control the wave, especially down the side lanes. And for Escanor, as you said, a lot and unlimited dashes. That just means he's almost always safe unless he times his Electo final blow in a very bad manner.
Jake the Dog and Arvs here have to pull off the combo of the century to get the slows and the burst damage that they have, the stun as well from the Alice locked in. If they can get that into 3 members of U-Level, if they can take down the Roger and the Eudora, maybe the Farsa if they can reach it really quickly, that is their key to make this comeback. But the Lord is already started, and the minion wave in the top lane. This is something to worry about.
We need to watch the map for now, and LPE, they're aware of the minion waves, and they have to go back and defend their base. The Lord is surrendered to limit breakers, and we've barely seen some turret action for the side of LPE. And now that we're looking at a 6k gold lead, this just might be the final push or the GG push for limit breakers if they ever do decide to just go with it.
Waiting for the Lord to come out right now. U-Level has all their 5 members. LPE as well. Could be the last team fight and force a game number 3, or the last team fight and ride it all the way to a 2-0 victory if LPE can pull the near impossible. It's a 7k gold difference. LPE aren't fully item locked yet. I think it's just the tanker, maybe some of the frontliners for U-Level who aren't fully item locked yet. But this could be it.
Yeah, Feathered Airstrike doesn't land on a lot of people, but look at Alice in the backside. Not so much in a good position, but a turret finally falls down. This looks to be a just base kind of type of fight, but they go for the heroes instead. Escanor still alive in the front lines. Think the Dog might just fall down, but the Winter Structure just goes back in time. But he just got down with a Roger, and Roger is on a killing spree right now, but the Kagura takes him out, and the base is still open, and the minion waves are there, and this looks to be Eudora taking down 1. 3 people, they want the base, they're just gonna focus it. Are they just gonna go for the waves? They're clearing
so many
it.
waves!
Oh no, the minions are there, and game 3
is here! Game 3 has been forced, and no one is going home just yet. U-Level pushing through and holding on. And we said it, I felt it, man. This is going to be a game number 3, and we are going to see that the first game number 3 all day. U-Level now completely flipping the script, turning the tables of the turntables. I heard you say that at one point, something like that.
It's just a meme.
Yeah, it's just a meme. But now at this point, it's on, man. It's definitely do or die at this point.
Yeah, and this is winner takes all, basically. And now that the stakes are so high, and again,